They say the first auto race took place the moment the second car was built. Ever since then, racers have been on a never-ending quest for more speed and better performance. And there's no place on earth where you can find more go-fast products for racing machines than here at the Performance Racing Industry Trade Show.
Welcome to Indianapolis, the World Center of Racing. I'm Kathy Fisher along with Joe Costello, and for the next 30 minutes, the 750,000 square foot Indiana Convention Center is our playground.
PRI has everything for racers, from the smallest parts to complete race cars to the machines that build it all. There's over 3,000 booths of the latest racing innovations. It's going to take a long time to check it all out, so why don't we get started?
Woohoo! Here at PRI, of course, we get to see lots of what is new in the racing world, but we also get an opportunity to experience history, like what we have here with Darrell Waltrip's car. Now, this is a 1978 Camaro. He actually drove this car and won the Daytona 200 when he beat Donnie Allison. And this isn't a tribute car. This is the actual car. Darrell still owns it. As a matter of fact, it still even has the 427 under the hood. And just one of the cool things we get to see here at PRI.
PRI is the perfect place for car guys to show what they're capable of, like this 1936 Chevy sedan built by Ray Evernham and his team. It's called the Ghost, and it combines his passions for retro race cars, safety innovation, and racing innovation in general. Now, Ray has run this car at the Pikes Peak Hill Climb and won the exhibition category. They'll go around an oval track, a road course, a drag strip, of course on the hill climb. But for my money, I want to drive it on the street. You think we can do that, Ray?
No matter what type of vehicle that you are building for, whether it's be off-road, lots of different racing things, Bob with Rod End Supply, you have something for a little bit of everybody, big and little.
Absolutely. We've got just about, hopefully we've got the world covered for rod ends. We go from the very smallest, which is for Disney for animatronics, to a much larger part that's used for monster trucks and off-road racing. We've got now a big bushed joint. Normally these are used in a lot of the Jeep applications. And then when you have a vehicle that's raised quite a bit, sometimes there's an oil pan clearance. And so now we have a part that will offset the tie rod or the steering link to get around the oil pan.
Well, Bob, something while you were holding that up that we want to remind folks with Rod End Supply is how important the Nyla fiber is.
Yes, the Nyla fiber is an injection molded race. It doesn't beat out like a Teflon liner. There's actually a groove that's cut inside the housing. The ball is inserted into the housing, and then the Nyla fiber is injected in behind the slots. It goes all the way around the housing. And if you notice, there's steel that backs it up on both sides, so there's nowhere for it to go. It's got to stay in there.
You can find out about all the different applications that they have something for. Just hop on their website at rodandsupply.com. And Joe, what do you have for us next?
PRI is everything racing, and that means crew shirts. We're here with Don, formerly of Advertising Edge, now with a new name.
Pro Sub USA.
That is so cool. Sub meaning?
We're a manufacturer of sublimated apparel in the U.S.
Sublimated, that is a term that describes a process. Please explain.
It's been around a while, but most people don't understand. All it is a solid that turns into a gas that becomes a solid again when you print it on polyester fabric.
But that means you can have all these crazy designs, logos. Pretty much the sky is the limit, as we can see in your booth.
Right, there is no limit to color logos. So one thing about sublimation, you have full color gamut and logo gamut. No constraints at all. One thing we're starting to do a lot of is slim fit. A lot of the drivers, as you know, are not the big guys, so they want a slimmer cut shirt, so that's one of our fastest selling items.
Meanwhile, the crew guys are all huge.
Yes, they buy the regular sizes, the regular cut shirts.
Now, some of the companies you guys have worked with over the years, a who's who of motorsports.
We do all of DSR, we're sponsors of NHRA. We've probably done all the top teams in racing of all types of racing.
There are little guy racers that want to look like pros, maybe to try to bring in a big sponsor, and you work with them as well.
Yes, people don't realize there's quite a few pros, but there's a whole heck of a lot more small teams. We make our living off the small teams, and we get the glory off the big teams.
And if you are a smaller team or if you're a huge team, you got to look good on the track, and that's where these guys come in. We're just on the warm-up lap here in Indianapolis. Still, lots more to come as Performance TV continues from PRI.
Performance TV is brought to you by Steel Rubber Products, quality grafted rubber parts and weather stripping. Mechanics Made, quality tools made with precision. B-Rod or Custom, every build we do is a custom fabrication. And by RockAuto.com, all the parts your car will ever need.
Welcome back to Performance TV as we explore the performance racing industry trade show. PRI features vendors from over 70 countries around the world, and all of those people have one thing in common: their love for fast cars. Sixes and street legal, yes, you can do that, and we found one here. This 1966 Corvette actually has been a drag week winner, and this past year it was second place. Can you imagine a car that you're driving around on the street? It's got 4 stages of nitrous. My understanding is they've only used 3 so far, but 872 cubic inches, 657, 217 in the quarter, but yet you can drive this on the road. Now that sounds like my kind of ride.
Before you see the rocker arm assembly from a supercharged alcohol motor. Here with Daryl Reed of Reed Rocker Arms. Daryl, you're making rocker arms. Why are they better?
Well, several of the things that make them better. We maintain complete control of the assembly. We manufacture the rockers, the shafts, the stands, everything that goes in it that's manufactured in our facility. We maintain material control, we maintain quality control, and we also maintain all of our schedule. We do not ship anything out to another shop to be made.
And now, from what I understand, you have got a big buyer for your rocker arms.
Yes, we are currently making rockers specifically for Alan Johnson Performance Engineering, and they are coming to us with the new product that they've come out with on the engine and head combination.
I think it's incredible in that if you're in the racing field, racing industry, you want to have champion level stuff. You've got all the champions, at least in 2018. What about the street guys? You got anything for a guy with a blown Hemi at home that maybe he wants to run Reed stuff?
We're looking to have a product about mid-year 2019.
Very exciting. The best in the business, obviously, because the champions choose it. He ticked off every blown alcohol champion in 2018. They're all running Reed. That tells the story.
Race cars of all kinds and race trucks, but here at PRI we have found a Jeep. Tracy, here at Borla, why in the world do you guys have a Jeep?
It's our newest, coolest. It looks really, really cool, and we just wanted to show it off a little bit.
That's right. This exhaust system that Borla has come out with for this brand new Jeep is pretty neat, and I want to talk right away about it's black.
Cool, it is black. That's the coolest thing that we're doing with this one, absolutely. One of the first options we have been able to offer in the black ceramic coating that's on this one. It's just really, really cool. We still have the 3 levels of sound in this particular model available. We have the Touring, the S-Type, or the Attack, based upon what you're really looking for. So you can still customize it to be what you want it to be when you want it to happen.
Can you explain for the folks, what is Attack?
So Attack is the acronym we use for Acoustically Tuned Applied Kinetics. And it's actually a technology that we base our muffler systems on so that you can have the sounds that we find pleasing. We actually are able to elongate those and use those. The ones that we really don't like, we're able to kind of cancel those out. All of our systems are dynamically created for each particular engine itself, as well as the undercarriage of the vehicle, so it is a completely specified application for each particular vehicle.
You know, you guys have a great warranty as well.
Absolutely, it's a 1,000,000-mile.
Million-mile warranty. You want to find out more about what they have to offer at Borla, whether it be for the new Jeep or your sweet ride, just go to their website. Hey Joe, what do you have for us next?
Since we're here in Indianapolis, of course the Indianapolis Motor Speedway has an unbelievable display every single year. Bernie is here from the museum. The display is the Unsers. Bernie, the significance of the Unser family. Amazing.
Well, their history in the family racing itself is enormous. I mean, they've got 9 wins between 3 family members at Indianapolis alone.
And these 4 particular machines, why were they selected?
We just finished an Unser exhibit. Ran from April until October the 28th. And we just wanted to showcase, we were celebrating Unsers, so we just thought we'd carry over a PRI show here.
Long before Bobby Unser and his brothers drove their way around Indianapolis, they actually got their start with Pikes Peak and, of course, the International Hill Climb. Now, this car back in 1956 was hand-built and specifically designed for Bobby Unser. He took this Jaguar 3.8 inline six and won his first of 10 victories. This is just one of 4 cars that they have on display here at PRI, and we'll check out the rest a little bit later on. Don't go anywhere. We've got incredible race cars, along with some great innovations that make them go fast. This is Performance TV at PRI.
Welcome back to Performance TV. How big is the performance industry? Just check out the crowd. Tens of thousands packed into the Indiana Convention Center for the annual PRI show. The year was 1968. Bobby Unser shows up at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway with this Eagle Mark IV. In practice, he said it was ill handling, but still was able to log the first unofficial lap over 170 miles per hour. In the race, going strong, following behind the STP turbine cars, but was able to outlast them for his first Indy 500 win. First of 3 for Bobby Unser, first of 9 for the Unser family. And now, by today's standards, to me, it's just a work of art.
In 1978, Jim Hall got his feet wet in USAC racing, building this chassis, and with Al Unser Sr. behind the wheel, Al became the first to win the Triple Crown. Of course, taking this one to the win in 1978 at the Indianapolis 500, going on to win Pocono and Ontario. Of course, he would have to wait another 9 years to become the second driver to win 4 Indianapolis 500s.
The best high-performance racing engines start with great balancing. We're here with Randy Neal from CWT. Randy, why is balancing so important?
Well, the one thing that balancing does is it takes out the parasitic loss of the engine's efficiency. A lot of people misunderstand that balancing gets rid of the shake, rock and roll, so to speak, but it gives the engine durability, it gives it stability, and what it does, it allows all the components to work in a proper design fashion.
Now tell me about these machines and how do they help us do that?
Well, the one thing that we're able to do with the machines is we have basically the engineering developed into the machine so the electronics can measure the unbalanced forces. Then through the software, we handle through a series of algorithms, so we take the mental gymnastics out of the process. One of the key factors is that people with very limited skills can come in here and easily run this machine. There's not a lot of training to it, it's just easy. We have training tips built into the unit, we have certain leadership dynamics are built so that they steer the operator to the correction. But the mainstay is accuracy first. So what we do is we work those together so the operator is very efficient and he does perfect work every time.
And everything made in America, or most of it?
Well, we do everything in-house. In fact, when you see our drill and so forth, you'll see that every single piece is built here. Sure, we bring in the computers and from different sources, but everything you see, this is a 4,400-pound unit, all built in construction, and you won't find any unit that has the qualities of sequestering the vibrations like this one.
Just like in life, you got to find the right balance.
So many of us have had an opportunity to use clamp tight, but maybe you have run into a situation where you don't have quite enough room. It's a little tight, but Nikki, you guys have taken care of that.
Yeah, we have actually. So as you know, with the original clamp tight tool, you always want to go 180 if you have the space, at least 90 degrees if you don't. Well, we've come up with a better idea for that. We came up with the mini tool. Now this is our small tool. It's about half the size of our original.
Okay.
So, and you can make the same type of clamps, custom clamps, anytime, any size that you need. So let me show you how this one works.
All right.
So what you do is you take your wire, bring your ends together, make a loop. Now we're going to feed the ends through the loop. Then you're going to do that one more time, the exact same way around, right up through the center of the first one. It's the exact same type of clamps, just like the original tool.
Okay.
You want to make sure you're not crossed or twisted or anything like that. Now we're going to attach the tool. Take the small tool, the little mini tool, and we're going to put the nose right up under the loop, wrap it up and around each of the pegs, twist it together just like a bread tie. Notch at the bottom of the tool, pop that loop into, and start turning.
And the nice thing we want to remind everyone, whether you're using the original clamp tight tool or the mini, the type of seal that you get with the clamp tight tool is amazing.
It's a true 360 degree with no flat spots. So you can get down inside the ridges and all kinds of stuff, like with your barbed fittings and things like that. And it's a custom clamp, so it's any size.
Absolutely. You can find out more about clamp tight and the mini just by hopping on their website.
Some innovations are easy to see, others a little more challenging. We're here at Neil Chance Racing Converters with Marty Chance. Marty, from the outside they all look the same, but on the inside you've got innovation.
Yep, every one of these is new for 2019. This one here, limited slip converter. This is based off of a technology kind of like the old clutches. This is just a regular converter because it has manually adjustable weights to apply the efficiency at the rate you want, just like a manual clutch. And this one over here, that's a little billet 7-inch aluminum converter with the big bore technology, first of its kind. So you get the stall speed of a 7-inch and the lockup of an 8-inch. This one over here, a little different. It's an all billet aluminum converter, but it has the flying window technology. That's a mechanical stator that gives you the best of both worlds. Every customer wants more stall speed and less slippage. This makes that possible. Close the window, more stall. Open the window, lower stall. So you're going to launch on that, cross the finish line on that.
Wow, that is incredible. First of all, I have never seen anything like that. That's like mad scientist stuff. What made you think you could do that?
Well, we have a phenomenal engineering department, and basically anything we can dream up, they can design for me.
So 2019, a huge year, great innovations here at Neil Chance Racing Converters. All kinds of innovations at PRI. This is just one example. Over 1,100 different companies have their products on display here at PRI, and a select few take a special place in the show's featured product showcase. Check it out. Don't go away. Performance TV in Indianapolis will return right after this.
Performance TV is brought to you by Stage 8 Fasteners, home of the world's best locking header bolts. Now included with each set of Cook's headers. Go to stage8.com. Quick Covers by OAM. There's a new truck in your future, and you already own it. Champion Cooling Systems, high-performance aluminum radiators. And by Scoggin Dickey Parts Center, your source for custom-built street-to-strip power.
Welcome back to Performance TV. All the movers and shakers in the world of motorsports make the trip to PRI. That's NHRA driver Leah Pritchett. Her full-time gig is driving a top fuel car. She can drive anything, and fast. Joe has more.
The manufacturers are back in drag racing big time, and this is a car of consequence. El Bandito, driven by Leah Pritchett in the NHRA Factory Stock Showdown. 354 cubic inches, supercharged, first full-body car in the 7s on a 9-inch wide tire. Not only that, won the final 3 races of the season and brought home the championship. El Bandito has won a plethora of awards and it has turned into one of the coolest cars in competition.
One of my favorite places to stop and visit when we get here to PRI is to see what Dan has been up to at Race Gas. Dan, first of all, let's remind everyone, what is Race Gas?
So Race Gas is a race fuel concentrate that when added to pump gas makes racing fuel.
And now we even have something for the performance diesel folks.
We do. One of the things we noticed is that there are no products specifically geared toward performance diesel. And the need in the marketplace is for obviously higher cetane, higher oxygen level in the fuel, and then also lubricity, which is missing from low sulfur diesel.
And for the racing folks, on the other side, now we can even get more octane, and it's an award-winning product.
That's true. We just came out this summer with Race Gas Ultra, and this product blends up to 113 octane. And we literally threw away our old recipe and built this from net new technology because the performance of the fuel is very different. And we're proud to say that here at PRI, we just won an award, the Global Media Award for New Product Introduction.
Wow, you guys never cease to amaze me. So whether it's Race Gas, of course, for your diesel performance folks, or the new Race Gas Ultra, find out more, go to their website at race-gas.com.
The fourth of the Unser cars on display here at PRI belongs to Little Al, and it was his rookie car from 1983. It has a Cosworth turbo, it's an Eagle chassis, and if you look at it, kind of primitive by today's standards. No carbon fiber, all metal, really cool. And if you remember the race, Little Al was blocking for his dad, trying to beat Tom Sneva. But that didn't work out, but they were the first father and son to ever run in the race. It would be 9 more years till Little Al would get his first Indy 500 victory, but it is absolutely super cool to see this machine here on display.
Indianapolis, the world center of motorsports, and of course we think about the Indianapolis 500. Go back to 1972 when Joe Leonard drove this very car to third at the Indianapolis 500, being propelled by a 1,000 horsepower Offie in this 1,600-pound car, also winning multiple other events that year. And you can see this is when they were kind of getting started on aerodynamics. Kind of a unique little thing going on here, and that's just some of the stuff we get to see here at PRI.
We hope you've enjoyed this look inside the biggest trade show in all of motorsports. I know we have, and if you like this, there's more to come.
That's right. We will be back with more from PRI next week. More Performance TV, Part 2 from Indianapolis. Until then, so long from the Indiana Convention Center.